All right, guys, we're going to do a video. Thanks for continuing to watch my little situation that I'm in with the store. We are actually being forced to put our whole store on sale just because of low sales. Right now, we're actually trending at $85,000 for the month. If we ended today in the rate that we're going, we would be at like 85,000. I believe the magic number to hit is close to 100. So that would create another shortfall. We are up against a $10,000 day from last Friday. For some reason, we did a really big day last Friday as me selling a bunch of my inventory to other resellers. So that doesn't stop the fact that we're up against that number, even though we have nothing lined up. So we're going to do a 10% off the whole store. We're not going to include our floor model sectionals. We're not going to include our flooring, but we're going to include the whole store. So whatever discounts are here already, I'm going to let everybody stack it. I'm trying to create urgency. We're going to actually run this sale until the end of the month unless we deem that it's not necessary to run it to the end of the month. And then starting September 1st, we are going to start throwing more discounts on there. So this is our starting to liquidate process. We have 15% off on our air conditioners, dehumidifiers, fans, and coolers. We're going to actually let people stack the 10% on that. There's a lot of stuff that I marked down throughout the store. We're going to let them stack on that. And then hopefully what we can do is get some more capital back into the business. We have a huge load coming today, 26 pallets. It's actually, I call them a mega load because anything over like, 5,000 or 6,000 items. This one actually has 15,000 items. A mega load to me would be something that takes a long time to process just because it's so piece heavy in there. And what we're going to do is pull out, obviously all the high ticket items. There's only a few in there. All the other stuff is just little stuff, and then we're just going to just give the stuff away at a stupid price on it, just to get some. We're going to try to use that to get some people in the door with having the low prices, because it seems like everybody, when they come into my store, our average price that we sell things at is a lot lower per transaction than it was this time last year. And I think it's because our store is just filled with cheap items. So yeah, we got a couple of heavy hitters, not that many anymore. But basically what's happening is people are just coming in here and just grabbing their $3 items, $4 items. So what we're going to do is, if that's what we're up against, we're just going to add more of those items and try to make it into a volume game again. So a lot of stuff that needs to be done before the end of this month. We're going to actually be losing a few employees to go back to school. So that's another thing too, is when you're running a store like this, keep in mind when you have the young adults that are in school and you have them for the summer, once August hits, they're back to school. You have to prepare for that. Right now we're going to actually lose 3 people. So we need to, I have 1 coming back, but we need to fill 2 more. And that's going to be very interesting for that. So labor costs will go down, but labor will be at a standstill on some things like the clothing. Right now we're going to try to get through as much clothing. I'll show you that in a little bit. There's a big area here because we're actually going to bring more watermelons out. This is where the target's going to go, right here. We also got to empty out this middle area here. We're going to organize it here. We got a lot of Crayola stuff coming, so pens, markers, and stuff like that. So that's going to go all right here. So that's going to be a project for today. Hopefully we get inundated with customers with our 10% off sale. I put a sign out, put a couple signs inside. We did a little rearranging just to kind of freshen up the location. So when you do have a retail location, it's good to move things around. Don't leave everything in the same spot. That's why my stuff is on pallets. I have this idea where this location was designed so it's very versatile. So if I wanted to, move a section around, all I got to do is grab a pallet jack. I put the 4-ways on the bottom, the 4-way pallets on the bottom, and then that allows me to grab it from either side. And it's actually worked out really well. Transformations of this store is very easy. We can easily get everything moved around. And if you look at my last video and look at this area, now. It looks a little bit better, clean cut. Another thing too is, make sure that you're telling a story. So whatever items you have, group it all together, make it easy, accessible. As you can see, this is a little crowded here. So I don't know. I know that these bases have been here a little bit. So we got to figure out something to get these out of here. Maybe just another sign. Hopefully just the sale just helps out. This has still not been picked up yet, and we still haven't contacted the guy to see what's going on with that. So we have to work on that. All right, so let's walk to the back. We got a little bit of headway with the clothing in the carts. I think 2 carts got emptied. This cart's still full. Just a bunch of clothing right there, all piled up. Later on today, that load is actually coming. We are going to have to, in the middle of organizing our clothes, we're going to have to get this out of here. And what I'm going to do too is I'm not going to put that whole truckload of 26 pallets back here. I'm going to actually spread it out. So this is our Sam's or our club right here. We got more clothes in. So this is backlog. These 3 pallets, actually all these pallets right here, these are all backlog. So what we have to do is get all this stuff in the back, get it listed. Now that I'm going to be losing my eBay listers, it's going to be on me now. On top of everything that I'm doing daily, I'm going to have to start listing too. So we're going to see how that goes. Swimsuits. All right, so the load's going to come in. We're going to probably put, I don't even know if we're going to put half. We might just line it up on one side. And then these watermelons here, it's not for all the clothes. We're actually going to put the Target stuff in here too. A couple of these are going to be used for that because they're very low dollar items. I think we're going to be doing $1 on everything, up until like $5 or $10. I'm not sure yet. We have to see the inventory as it comes in. See all these clothes back here? So within the last 2 weeks, our club loads have given us, I think we're up to almost 3,000 pieces of clothing. So just in that amount of time, we got an extra 3,000 pieces of clothing that we have to figure out where it goes. We have to process it, and then we also have to sell it in the correct channel. So here's the back area back here. We kind of cleared this out. I'm going to try to fit like 13 pallets over here, and then we may even run it to this part right here and just block it off. So maybe I'll make a video of that too, because it's gonna be pretty interesting, because we're not really packed, but we don't really have the means to have 15,000 items at this very moment. I'm not sure why we bought that load. It seemed like a good idea. So that's another thing too, is you buy loads and then next thing you know, you're kind of like second guessing if it was the right move or not. We have to do something. So I think that load had a lot of Christmas, a lot of Halloween in it. I was talking before that my Christmas is actually stagnant from 2 years. I've actually had the same, almost the same inventory for 2 years, besides all the club stuff that I've been saving up for years. So all the home improvement and all the Target that I had, that's kind of been, the last 2 years been on my sales floor. So what I want to do is just get rid of that stuff, give it to somebody else to make some money on, and then basically freshen it up with new stuff. So I got a pretty good load coming that's going to have a lot of stuff besides the club stuff. It's going to be something where I think that we're going to have a refresh to our customers, and then hopefully we get more sales out of that. All right, so this guy right here sold on auction. He scares me every time I walk by it. I'm not sure why that was placed there. I think it was strategically placed there by another employee just to mess with me. eBay area is a little bit of a disaster. We did have this thing right here. I appealed the decision, but they actually sided with the buyer, saying that the buyer was going to get a refund. I got my item back, they said. Then I can just turn around and sell it. But what they don't understand is I sent that to him in a brand new condition, and he sent it back to me used. So I kind of feel you guys better watch out for these scammers taking your item, using it, and returning it, because it seems like on this situation, and this is the first time this has happened in a while, usually they side with me. This situation, they did not side with me. So keep in mind, guys, you're going to send something out there. Take your pictures, because my pictures that I sent to eBay during the appeal process did not prove anything to get them to side on my side, unfortunately. So very frustrating that that item right there, you know, it was pretty much, it's pretty much like a almost a $30 loss when you include everything, and not even mentioning my time. So so these guys here, these are Backlog. We're gonna have to figure this out, because I want to bring some of those other ones over here with the shoes. We have a lot of empty spaces that we're gonna have to figure out. We got a pile right here I'm gonna have to figure out. I don't know when I think next week is my last week with my eBay lister, and she leaves to go back to school for that. So not sure how many days are going to be worked until then. It's just, that's the way it goes, guys. So this is going to all be on us again, on top of everything that we're dealing with the, you know, liquidation of the store. We also got to figure out where we're going to go. Not sure yet where we're going to go, and what that's going to look like. So really crazy time for us. And we knew this was going to happen at some point. We weren't fixed, even though we had a 5-year lease, we weren't fixing on staying here 5 years after we saw that the sales did not meet the expectations of this place. When I first opened, I thought that this was going to be a really good thing for the community. We do save a lot of people money, but the thing is not enough people are shopping here to help me turn my inventory to offer the best products that I can. So capital is a huge thing with this business. So if you're thinking about getting into it, make sure that you stay small until you're ready to scale. Once you scale, make sure that you have your inventory locked down. And just remember, not everything is as it seems. So you may seem like you're doing really well in the beginning. Same thing what happened to us. We were doing good for the first, like, 2 or 3 years. Once we hit retail, inventory started switching around hands, contracts, types of inventory that was offered by certain sources that we were getting from. It's all different now. So, and it's different in a bad way. It's not giving me everything that I need to be successful. And we're not making desperate moves, but the thing is we're trying to figure out still how to dial in this inventory to our customers in this area. So we're going to try something new. We're going to see how that goes. I really would like to actually empty my store, get all that capital, and actually for the last time that we're here, just throw up some bins and just do the bin model, see how that works out. It may work out good, it may not work out, but I think we want to try it. So I think that we're gearing up towards that. So that's what this load is going to do. So all right, and it seems like I've been keeping my videos a little bit shorter. So yeah, so that's what's going to be. We're going to just keep these videos a little bit shorter, just put as much information in them as we can. Always reach out if you have any questions. If you're thinking about doing this, you need a source. Just because we're failing doesn't mean that you would. I'm actually just doing this just because this is a unique situation, where we fast tracked into a huge opportunity, and then now the opportunity is not working. So now we're going to make some moves to move on to something where it is sustainable. And if you have any questions on what worked and what didn't work, I'd be glad to tell you my wins and my loses if you want to reach out. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day, and hope to see you soon.